Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're breaking down a serious and complex courtroom case out of American Fork, Utah, involving a late-night shooting, detailed crime scene documentation, and the evidence investigators say tells the real story of what happened inside the home. We'll carefully walk through the testimony, the physical evidence, and how law enforcement reconstructed the scene piece by piece as this case moved through the courtroom.
Employed.
I was a detective for the American Fork Police Department.
Were you dispatched to a shooting in American Fork on that evening?
Yes, sir.
And what were your primary duties that evening, starting out?
So I got on scene. We were waiting for a search warrant for the home to be completed. My duties included speaking with Mrs. Laney, the reporting party of the incident. And then after that, I documented the scene of the incident, taking photos of evidence inside the home.
Okay. And Miss Laney, where did she live in relation to the house that you were waiting at?
She was a next door neighbor. The building seemed like a conjoined building, so her apartment was up above the home in question.
Okay. And you said one of your duties was to document the scene. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what does documenting the scene entail?
So I went through the scene, the crime scene. I took photos of the whole entire area. I placed markers near evidence that was found inside the home and photographed that as well.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put just for you a batch of pictures. Do you want me to go through that? I'm just going to submit in. Okay. At this time, the state would move to admit states 58 through 73, and then 75 through 92.
Any objection? No, Judge, not. Thank you.
We could publish these and we'll just go through them one at a time and have you explain what you're documenting. This is stage 58. What are we looking at here?
This is the front door of the residence in question, just leading up where the walkway ended, about where the sidewalk was.
Okay. 59, please. Yes. Okay, what are we looking at here?
This photograph was taken where I was standing basically in the doorway of the residence looking into the home. This is the main living area, and you have a dividing wall that's on the left side of the photograph there, a hallway that's to the left outside the photograph, and you can see the kitchen in the back through that open area.
Okay, so to the left, you said was the hallway?
Correct.
And is that where Matthew's body was?
That is correct.
And then to the right, you said this went to the kitchen?
Yes, sir.
What is it when you get to the other? Well, let's just go to the next picture.
No problem.
The detective documented the scene, photographing the home and marking evidence, including the front door, the living area with a dividing wall, the hallway where Matthew was found, and the kitchen. What details do you think investigators notice first at a crime scene?
Okay. What's this picture of?
I took this photo because it appeared to me like somebody might have been sitting there. So I snapped the picture thinking it might be beneficial.
Okay, where is this in location to where you just were standing?
Yeah, so that door that is behind the couch to the upper right portion is the front door of the home.
Okay. So is it fair to say this is the couch as you walk in that front door?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 61, please. What is this?
This is the couch that's just to the couches were sitting kind of in an L pattern in the living room. This is the other couch.
If we just go back to 59 for a second, please. Is that the second couch?
Second couch, yes.
And can you see kind of at the bottom of that screen, that plaid, is that the first couch you were talking about?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Go to 62, please. What are we looking at here?
So this is me standing next to that second couch and facing to the south inside the living room. You can see the hallway there and that dividing wall and the victim's feet. Okay. And several bullet holes in the doorways along with blood on the wall.
And did you end up documenting those holes in more detail later?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we go to 63, please? And what are we looking at here?
So as you walk through the living room and into the kitchen, you see the table there on your right that we saw previously in that open area. And then to the left side of the screen is your peninsula countertops with the sink in it. On that peninsula countertop is the gun and the knife that were recovered at the scene.
And do we see the gun and the knife in this picture right here?
You do not.
Okay, let's go to 64, please. What is 64?
This is one of the bedrooms that was in the upstairs of the residence. I'm not exactly sure which bedroom it was off the top of my head.
Okay. Is it possible this is in the basement?
Yes, actually, yes. I think, yes, you're right. That is the basement. You're correct.
And we're just looking at a bed here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next, 65, please. What is this picture of?
This is the bedroom that was upstairs.
Okay. And do you know where the children were retrieved from?
This room, I believe.
And you base that on the children's toys?
Yes, sir.
66, please. What are we looking at here?
So this is back down in the living room. My back in this photo is towards the kitchen, and I am facing the front entryway of the living room. I have placed placards down around where the bullet casings were located on the floor.
Okay, so this is very similar to the prior picture, but at this point you have taken some additional steps, correct?
Correct.
Could you describe the process of what placards are, what they're used for?
Yes. So placards are used in an investigative situation where we need to mark down where our evidence lies in a crime scene so that we can watch our feet, make sure it's not disturbed while we're going around taking photographs.
The detective documented the living room, noting the L-shaped couch, hallway, dividing wall with bullet holes, and the kitchen where the gun and knife were found, as well as the bedrooms, including the one with the children. Placards marked bullet casings to preserve the scene. What other evidence do you think investigators would prioritize at a crime scene?
Okay, and what are these placards here showing?
These placards are showing the bullet casings that were located in the living room. There were 8 casings in total that we located there.
Okay. 67, please. What are we looking at here?
One of the bullet casings marked with a silver placard with the number 1 on it.
Okay, and we're going to go through these kind of one at a time, a little bit quicker. 68, please. What are we looking at?
These are 2 more of the bullet casings, marked also with silver placards labeled 2 and 3.
Okay, next one, please.
This is our 4th bullet casing marked with placard or silver placard with marking of 4.
Next one, please.
Our 5th bullet casing, silver placard marked with 5.
71, please.
This is our 6th bullet casing marked with silver placard 6. And our 7th bullet casing marked with our 7th silver placard 7.
Okay, and 73.
And this is our 8th bullet casing marked with silver placard 8.
And if we could just pull back out and go to 66 for a moment. Okay, here's kind of that pulled out view again.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see, which number's on the bottom right?
That is number 8.
Other than number 8 are those other 7 placards that you just described in that congregation at the corner of that rug?
That is correct, sir.
Do we end on 72? Can we go to 73, please? Okay, sorry, 75. Okay, what are we looking at here?
This is a flip-flop that was located inside the residence.
Okay, 76.
This is a flip-flop that was located, this is outside the front door of the house, and the shoe was propped up on the step that you would go over to enter into the doorway.
Now, is it your job to document the scene as you find it when you get there?
That is correct.
What time do you remember getting there or do you remember what time you got there this night?
I do not the exact time.
Were you there before or after EMS was there?
After, sir.
77, please. Go and describe what we're looking at.
Yes, so this is the weapon that was used in the incident. This is a Sig Sauer P365. This gun was located in the kitchen. When I got there, it was sitting on that peninsula that was next to the sink.
Okay, and that's the one that we had talked about earlier where you saw the laptop and the chair. It was kind of to that corner, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I guess to be clear, it was the corner that we couldn't see in that picture. That's what you described then.
Yes.
Okay, now here's the actual weapon. Okay, 78, please. Another 12. Could you explain why you took this one?
Right. So in this situation, we wanted to document how many rounds were still inside the gun. The magazine capacity on this firearm is 12 rounds, and there were 4 rounds that were left inside the magazine, 3 rounds in the magazine, 1 round in the chamber.
Okay, and how many casings did you find in there?
There were 8 casings on the floor.
Okay, thank you. 79? What are we looking at here?
This is, so in this photo, my back is towards that first couch with the plaid blanket. This is that dividing wall between the kitchen and the living room area. You can see that hallway to the left, that is where the victim's body was. So this bullet hole is located in the dividing wall closest to the doorway.
Okay. 80, please.
This bullet.
The detective documented 8 bullet casings in the living room, marked with placards, along with a flip-flop inside the home and another outside. He also photographed the firearm, a Sig Sauer P365 with 3 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, and the bullet holes near the victim's location. How do you think this evidence helped investigators reconstruct the events?
Hole was located in the first door to your left as you enter into the home, and it was located in the lower quarter of the door.
Can we pull back out to the, I think it was 60, I don't remember, the full view of the living room? The doors. No placards. No, the other angle. That one. Okay, based on what you just talked about, which one was you talked about the lower quarter, which image did we just see?
So that image of the bullet hole in the lower quarter of the door is that door directly ahead of me in this photo.
Okay, and in this photo, where would that prior bullet hole have been?
If you see the fireplace, if you go a little further down the wall from the fireplace, you can kind of see that trim piece that is on the bottom. That bullet hole was just a bit up from that trim piece on the corner of the wall.
If we go back to where we were. Okay, 81, please. Okay, what is this?
This is a bullet hole through some drywall.
Do you remember where?
I'd have to look at my notes.
Okay.
Did
you bring your notes with you?
I do have my notes.
Okay, we'll come back to that in just a second.
No problem.
82.
I believe this is from them digging the bullet hole or the bullet out of the dividing wall. I believe they had to cut into the drywall to be able to recover that bullet.
And that was the one on that dividing wall with the fireplace?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
83, please.
This is
you could actually maybe describe where this one is.
Okay, so that bullet that went through the doorway, that is the first doorway to the left as you enter the residence, the one we just talked about. We went into that room, which is a office style room. And inside that office style room, bullets, they have to go somewhere when they go through things. So we went into that room hoping to find the slug of the round that went through the door, and we were able to locate it there.
Okay, you've used several words, a casing, a slug, and a bullet. Could you just describe the difference?
Correct. So a casing is an expired round, so one that has been fired. A slug is the projectile that is fired from the round, and a bullet is just all of them together.
Okay, so what we're looking at here in 83, between those two outlets, that would be a slug?
Correct, yes, sir.
And what you marked with the tents on the rug, those are the casings?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. All right, 84, please. Okay, what's number 84?
I believe this round is the round that was located under Mr. Restelli after we had moved the body.
Okay. 85, please. What are we looking at here?
This is a picture from a bag that was located in the neighbor's garage. This round was recovered after it had gone through a doorway and a wall into the neighbor's garage and went into this bag.
Okay. 86, please.
1 bullet hole was found in the lower quarter of the first door to the left upon entering the home, and another was located slightly above the trim near the fireplace. Investigators cut into drywall to recover a bullet from the dividing wall and traced a slug from the first doorway into an office-style room, distinguishing between casings, slugs, and bullets. Additional rounds were found under the victim and inside a bag in the neighbor's garage, showing the trajectory through the home and walls. How do you think tracing these bullets helped piece together the sequence of events?
Is this that same slug?
Correct. This is the same slug that was removed from the bag, just pulled it out and photographed it on the pavement.
87, please.
This is the bullet hole of a bullet that went through the second door as you enter the residence, the second door on the left as you go into the residence. This door leads into the basement, and so this round went through that door.
Where is this? What is this in relation to the slug that we just saw in the neighbor's garage?
So this is direct line from where that slug was recovered. If you trace from where that bag was sitting in the garage back through the walls, it would go back through this hole.
Okay. 88, please. And what are we looking at here?
This is the stairway. After you open that door that we were previously looking at, it leads into the stairway, and this is the wall directly down from the stairway.
And what's on the other side of that wall?
The garage that the other slug was recovered from.
Okay, so is it fair to say these three images all correspond to that same slug that was found in the neighbor's garage?
Yes, sir.
89, please. What are you noting here?
Okay, so this is some blood spatter. That doorway that you're seeing to the left is the doorway where we were just talking. The bullet hole went through the door, then the wall, and then into the neighbor's garage. This is directly to the right of that door frame. The vent down at the bottom leads to the floor, and that floor is the hallway floor. And that is where Mr. Restelli was at.
You can go to 89, please. Sorry, thank you. 90. What are you noting here?
This is a bloody handprint of sorts. This wall is that dividing wall where the fireplace was. This is on the other side of that dividing wall. They had a shelf there, like a pony wall type thing, where it came up about halfway, about 4 feet, and had a shelf there that we were located this handprint on.
Okay, directly below this wall, what was located?
The body.
91, please. And what are we looking at here?
This is, so you can see 18 in the background, that's where the bloody handprint and that shelf is. This is on that same dividing wall, just up a little bit higher, where we found another point of blood that made its way to the wall.
Okay, let's talk about 18 for a second. Let's just be clear with your testimony. It was a bloody smear, right?
Correct.
You don't know where it came from.
Correct.
Could
Absolutely.
be hand, could be something else.
Yes.
Okay, so for our purposes, it was a bloody smear.
Understood.
Okay. 92, please. Okay, what are we documenting here?
So this is another piece of blood spatter that was located next to the stairs. These stairs lead down to that hallway where the body was located.
Okay. Give me 1 second. What number was that? If we could republish 62, please. Okay. In context of what you just described to us, could you please use this now unmarked photograph that you took to describe those locations?
So you can see that doorway directly ahead. You can see the blood spatter that is on the wall just to the right that I previously documented, the vent, the victim's body. If you go into that hallway and turn right, and it's probably only about 3 or 4 feet, you will see the staircase that goes up into the upper level of the home. If you were in that hallway and then looking to the right and you see the body on the ground, you'll see that shelf that is just up about 4 feet from where the body is laying on the right-hand side of that dividing wall.
A single slug was traced from the neighbor's garage back through the walls into the second door on the left, which leads to the basement, showing a clear trajectory. The stairway and the wall beneath it aligned directly with that same bullet's path. Investigators also documented blood evidence, including a bloody handprint on the dividing wall by the fireplace, a smear slightly higher on the same wall, and additional blood spatter near the stairs leading to the hallway where the victim was found. These markings helped establish the positions of the body, the bullet paths, and the scene's layout. How do you think this blood and bullet evidence helped reconstruct the sequence of events?
And this doorway right in the center that we're looking at, where does that lead?
That leads into the basement.
Where that bullet hole that you see kind of in the middle of the door frame, which one is that?
That one is the one that went through the next wall and into the neighbor's garage.
Okay, so that picture we saw of the photographs and the bullet hole in the middle and in the garage, that's all part of that same?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
We'll pass the witness.
Cross? Just briefly, Judge. Thank you.
Is it detective?
Yes, sir.
Morning, detective.
Good morning.
Just a couple questions. You indicated initially that you made contact with Caitlin Laney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when did you speak with her specifically?
Are you looking for a time, sir, or?
That day, that night?
Yes, sir. That night.
Did you follow up with her after?
I don't believe I did. I don't remember following up her. I just took the initial report from her and gave her witness statements on scene. I don't remember ever having any other conversation with her.
Did you know that she had met with Tracy the day after?
I did not.
Okay. Did she mention that at any point that Tracy had walked her through what had happened?
Not to me.
Okay. Now, when you're documenting the scene, the importance of that is for your other detectives or your other officers, correct?
All the investigators and officers, yes, sir.
The ME,
Yes, sir.
ballistics,
Yes, sir.
trajectory.
Yes, sir.
We talked about the photographs that you took. That was how the scene was when you arrived.
Yes, sir.
Did you go into the garage?
I don't remember if I specifically went into the garage. I know I briefly opened the door to figure out where doors were going, but I don't remember specifically going into their, like, Tracy's garage.
You didn't document any photographs of the garage.
I don't believe so.
Everything we've seen here is essentially all of your documentation.
Yes, sir.
You didn't take any photographs of any lockbox,
I did not have a lockbox that I saw. No, sir.
gun box, or gun safe.
No, sir.
Now, on those photographs, I didn't see a timestamp, and I don't believe we heard when you took the photographs. It's fair to say that those photographs represent when you arrived, correct?
Yes, sir.
You don't know if some of those photographs were like the photographs that you took, that those items were there when the incident took place.
Which items are you referring to, sir?
Could we pull 62, please? Or 76. Yeah, that's fine. But for example, this one. You documented that flip-flop. You believed it was of importance.
Yes, sir.
You are unaware if that's where that flip-flop was at the time of the initial officers arriving.
This is where it was at when I saw it, so yeah, that's how I documented it.
So for this purpose, we'll just take this photograph. Officer Guerra, are you aware that he was the first to arrive?
Yes, sir.
And we've seen his body cam. So if his body cam shows that this flip-flop is not there, we would have to rely on Officer Guerra's.
Absolutely.
Now, you don't have any notes of, so for example, you gave us and you can take that down, thank you. You gave us a description of the firearm.
Yes, sir.
We saw the firearm before anything was taken out, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then we heard your description of the magazine taken out,
Yes, sir.
and then the bullets being counted, correct?
Yes, sir.
You did that?
Myself and another officer, yes.
And that was documented at some place in some report, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's for the preservation of the evidence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, do you have any notes at all of any other locations of the flip-flops, for example?
I do not, just where I saw them when I showed up.
Perfect, fair enough. That's all I have. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Detective.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
Very briefly.
Thank you.
The central doorway leads to the basement, connecting to the bullet trajectory that reached the neighbor's garage. Detective testimony confirmed that his documentation, including photos of the scene, firearm, and other evidence, reflected how the scene appeared upon arrival. He did not enter the garage or photograph any lockboxes, and certain items, like a flip-flop, were only noted where he observed them. All evidence was carefully recorded to preserve its condition for investigators and ballistics analysis. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think these details reveal about how the investigation unfolded?